Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a T30, it's a Tier 9 American turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Redshire Encounter and it's under the command of General Anonymous. Well, he's armed with a 155mm gun, which is capable of 750 alpha penetrating 320 with premium and 276 with standard. And basically it's part of the series of tanks, the test tanks that the Americans made, including the T29, the T30, the T32 and of course the T34. Now if you're interested in these tanks, there's a series of videos being produced by Sophie Line at the moment, which involves Rob Coogan of the American Heritage Collection. Those are the tanks that are held at Fort Benning, and includes some of these absolutely fantastic beasts, which most of them were prototypes, but they appear in the game so often, and most of them were never put into production. Of course, that's why they have the T for test against their number. But yes, it's very interesting videos, because this is looking at the archives, which includes all of the notes by Honeycutt, the gentleman who actually was working on and trying to describe and make new American heavy metal tanks, that is. Oh, first target, Tiger 2. Takes a round for 768, which is a high roll. Now, long reload, 18.12 seconds. And a lot of people actually do carry premium consumables to actually boost the speed of reload, plus a rammer, because you'll need it with this tank. They can get the reload down to about 15 seconds or thereabouts. Now it does have gun depression, this tank, but this is quite a steep ridge line here, and we just lost our CDC. Okay, so coming around the corner, 50 TP. Yes, another hit, another high roll, 824. But he took a round back from a Scorpion G. You could obviously see him, and that one went right through the turret cheeks. You can see that there. Rather colourful skin, this, by the way. It's another one of Sir Rusty's and Jazz's. American Eagle with the flag and the stars and stripes, and of course alongside the vehicle. But he's actually aiming where he thinks the Scorpion's hiding. Not so sure he's going to be able to hit it from here, but he's looking in the right direction. That is the right spot. Yep. From the way that shell went up, I suspect that he didn't hit the Scorpion G. He's loading an APCR. Okay, VK just around the corner. That wreck's going to provide nice cover for that 4502. Of course, if he goes in the same corner as he did before to get shots on the enemy, Scorpion's going to have another pop at him. It's no guarantee that the Scorpion was actually in that corridor, by the way, because he might have been positioned elsewhere and finally got a shot. Yes, we did get a pen. The VK only managed to fire back a 128mm round, and the round actually went through the front. In fact, you can see it went through the lower plate. So yeah, we lost the driver in that one. It's not really necessary at the moment for where we are, so he hasn't put him back in yet. And it's more important actually to keep your first aid kit for your gunner, because obviously if your gun goes down, then you've got serious problems. Okay, here we go. He's got T30, fires one in and gets a hit, bounces the round that came back. Now, where did that round go through? Well, according to this, look, the enemy did actually get a pen through the other side. Or was that a pen, or is that hit on the mantlet but didn't pen the vehicle? I think it's that. I think it didn't go through the mantlet, but that's where he placed the shell, and it only went into the mantlet and stopped, because otherwise we would have lost possibly the loader on that side of the vehicle. And no damage recorded. In fact, it's just showing damage blocked. The hit we also made was 780, which of course is a high roll. He's got the front, but the angle is pretty acute. I wouldn't bet on that one going through, but that did. definitely went through. In fact, once he gave us the side, the angle was such that it was easier for it to actually make its way straight through the metal. It sort of trapped the shot rather than actually allowed it to bounce. If we fired at the front of the vehicle, it probably would have bounced off. The armour on the front is obviously a lot thicker, and at that angle it's more likely to be an auto bounce. Well, T30's gone, but an enemy Lynx 6x6 has managed to get behind us. He's some distance away. He's way down, way back there, trying to attack our Borsig. We're actually a few tanks down on the enemy at the moment, but can we hit that Lynx with a... Well, we didn't get the kill, the Borsig did. But it was funny all the same. If he'd suddenly been vaporised by a T30, he would have said, that's overkill. Well, we're 3 tanks down on the enemy now, and we're returning to assist defending our cap. Scorpion G goes down. That lessens the deficit. And looks like the tortoises come back. In fact, we've decided not to go ahead, not to go forward for the moment. Progetto's turned up. Yeah, it looks like the enemy's pushing down from the west side of the map, and they're trying to come around to get our guys. Nobody's capping. Oh, 704. Okay, go low. Yeah, no problem. Wipes him out. So, 3 enemy tanks coming around to attack us now. That long reload is a bit of a pain. Here we go. Okay, we've been spotted, which was probably by the Progetto. Now, if he's going up this slope, he might get shot on the side by the Scorp G, who still hasn't made a reappearance. We auto-aimed onto the Progetto. We've been spotted by someone. I think it must be these guys. He's going to have to extend over this ridgeline again to get the shot on the Progetto. Going to be... Yep, got him. Nice. Potential high caliber. And we're down to just 2 players on our team. Tortoise and the T30 facing 3 enemies. The Object 430 just around the corner. He gets taken out by the Tortoise. It's now evens. It's just that Scorpion and an IS-22 against our T30 and Tortoise. I think I would rather be in the Tortoise and the T30 facing those 2, because basically the Scorpion G doesn't have any armour, and the IS-22, well, he's got a double gun, yes, I must admit, but it is an IS-22, not an IS-32 or a 7032. So yes, and both players have got 3 kills, so they're both on for brothers in arms if they can survive this battle. This is the good thing about platooning dynamically. You do know that your teammate has got enough to make it work. It's just a question of staying alive. I know some other players and content creators say, oh no, I'd never platoon dynamically because it's a waste. Nice to platoon ahead and then see if you can do it. But obviously in most cases you just can't judge how good somebody is from their stats if they've got it within them to actually get 3 kills. Well, the Scorpion G was near the bridge. We're going around the outskirts of the village. Now, is he baiting us to get into a position so the IS-22 can get a shot on us? No, because he actually went through the village, under the water, underneath the bridge, and now he's about to meet the T30 through his 155mm. Oh, he missed! And the Tortoise makes sure of it with his gun. Presume that's the 105mm he's got there. Of course, the Tortoise actually did have the 32 pounder. That's what it was built with, not the 105, but I believe actually it is the 105. It's that Top Gun. Pretty sure it is. Well, making our way to the cap, Tortoise has decided to go north bank. We're going... well, north of the village. We're going towards the west side. I think actually it should be a case of forcing the enemy to come to us now. And that cap looks mightily tempting. bypassing the cap. They're hunting that IS-22. Although the others are pinging. Ah, there's the IS-22. Tortoise found him. I'm wondering if he's AFK. It might be that he is. He's full health. He doesn't have any kills. Tortoise has 4 kills. We could take this one and get our 4th kill as well. Okay, let's lock on and say goodnight. Wins the game. 4 kills apiece. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's a first class tank for General Anonymous in the T30. He managed to get a fighter badge, getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, and so did the Tortoise. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle. A brothers in arms because he was platoon with the Tortoise, and they both had 4 kills. And he got the high caliber as well for dealing the most damage in that game overall. Let's have a look at team score. There you go, 5,364 hit points of damage. Next high scorer was the Tortoise with 4,856. And after that, it was the Progetto with 4,214. You can see that when it came to kills, it was shared between General Anonymous and the Tortoise with 4 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, it was actually the Tortoise who did better with 1,281 base. And General Anonymous managed to get 1,109. I think if we look at the Tortoise, we can see that the only extra one he got, well, no, he just got the brothers in arms. That was all he got that was extra. All the others were minors. Let's have a look at the team score, the detail report. We can see that he fired 11 rounds of 155mm ammunition, 8 direct hits and 8 penetrations. 5,364 hit points of damage, of which 290 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, 2 were penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 750 hit points of damage blocked by armor. That was the shot from the T30. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4, and on a free-to-play account, he earned 45,203 credits. And the problem was he did actually fire a fair amount of APCR during that game, and he ended up with a small loss for the game of 305 credits, but I don't think he'd be worried about that at the slightest. He earned base XP of 1,109, and that's all he took away, so there was no multipliers. So the T30 is a fun tank, except for, of course, the long reload, and most people know the reload, which means that they take advantage of it. If they see a T30 shoot, they know that they've got at least 15, maybe even longer, 20 seconds to actually get some shots in before he can reload again. So it can be a bit of a problem, but other than that, it's got a great big boomstick, which is really nice to rack up the damage. Now, if you're interested in those videos by Sophie Line, I'll put a link in the text beneath the video, because the one they did last night was about the T29, and the video she's put up today is about the T30, of all things. So isn't that serendipity that we put up a video of the very same tank that she was covering in her video, and well, you can actually learn about this very tank and all the very details about it from the manuals and see exactly what it said. I think Sophie has actually climbed all over these tanks back at Fort Benning. There's pictures of Sophie on various tanks and pulling up their dust covers and their skirts to undress them. Very, very interesting, these heavy tanks. They really are monsters, but they are fantastic to look at. Beautiful pieces of metal, very, very, very well crafted. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.